All right, man. What's going on, everybody?
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? What's going on? Hit the like button on y'all way in. We're gonna talk about this game. We got away with one. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. We got away with one. Um, Man, if we didn't have a very good offense, we would be in trouble. You know, but we're gonna get into all that in a second. There's a lot to talk about. Campbell, what's going on? I'm also gonna share the link for those that want to share their thoughts. That way, it won't just be me giving my honest opinion. We can have some Colorado fans join the show and give their thoughts. So it ain't just me. Um, I'm glad we got the win, but I'm not um, very, very pleased with how we won, if that makes sense. Because my expectations of this team was very, 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 very high. We're talking about national championship type of expectations. So this wasn't a national championship win. We did finish strong in the second half. I do like the way the defense made adjustments, something we struggled with last year. But this still was a smaller conference team. Shout out to Kevin. He said that secondary is still suspect. Yes, secondary is definitely suspect. This is crazy. They better score on this. Also, y'all already joined this live before we went live. Yeah, I'm a little late, man, because the game um it had me going crazy. I'm gonna just say it like that. It was a close game. Yes, it was. Holla, 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 Mag Dog. What's going on, Steven? It's not the secondary, it's the coaching. It's one of them. Um, I mean, if you want to say it's the coaching, or if you want to say it's the secondary, I want to know why we ran. Why did we not run the ball at the end of the game twice to end the game? Why was Shador Sanders throwing the football um, when all we had to do was run the ball twice to end the game? You know what I'm saying? That really pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with y'all. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything in this live. Shout out to Jasmine. I agree. Jasmine in the house. Um, let's chat because what the heck? Yes. Tell me about it. I feel I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm not happy is because I know what we're about to get into. I know what type of games we're about to play. Every team on the schedule from here on out is not North Dakota State. We're talking about teams that, you know what I'm saying, got better defense, better offense, better coaching. We got lucky. We lucked up and won this game. If we didn't have Travis Hunter and Shador, those guys did phenomenal. I'm not taking away anything as far as offensively, but if we didn't have those guys, we would have definitely lost this game. Dude was holding Travis Hunter the whole game. Yeah, there was a lot of misplay calls during this game, but I don't feel like it had impacted anything as far as the outcome. Okay, Magdal, let's discuss this. I was sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for you to come on. How do you really feel about tonight's game? I feel like it was luck. I feel like we lucked up and won this football game. Um, and I mean, the whole time I was sitting back, just like, man, how am I going to actually come on camera if we lose this game? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know my expectations before this game, and to see we sitting here struggling with North Dakota State, that bothered me. Too much man coverage. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think right now. because I'm once again, as I said before, it's going to get much difficult. These games going to get way more challenging than North Dakota State. Seems like the same old from last year. Um, Offensively, I would say I disagree. I do feel like the offensive line is a little bit better. Shador Sanders was taking some sacks, but I feel like the offensive line is a little bit better. But the main focus should be the defense. I'm just worried. I'm concerned about that defense. I had all high expectations of Warren Sapp and all this talking about we're going to be able to stop the run, all the promises, but oh man, I don't know what to think. I'm still speechless. I mean, we won. I'm happy we won, but I'm afraid of what's coming. I felt like it took too long for the defense to get in the game. Facts. This is a very good comment right here. This is exactly how I felt. I mean, why are we figuring it out second half? You know what I'm saying? We had this problem last year about adjusting, during the game, finishing, playing 60 minutes. Why are we not playing 60 minutes in the first half? I mean, I was so frustrated. My voice is a little hoarse because I was screaming. I mean, I'm just tired of the same stuff, man. And I'm hoping and praying that this not a repeat of last year. Because if it is, we're gonna have some rants. Because I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. And Shiloh Sanders, I mean, me and you have a very good relationship, and I'm gonna be very wise with my words. But you played horrible. You know what I'm saying? You played horrible. You almost cost us a lot of possessions. I don't know what's the deal with how you played this game, but you played horrible. And you know how I am. I'm gonna call you out when it's time to call you out. You played horrible. I agree. The refs miss. I mean, I can't blame the refs in Boulder. I mean, this is our home crowd, home turf. I'm not finna sit here and blame the refs as far as this game go. The refs had no control over this game. I mean, they made a few missed mistakes, but I mean, it wasn't something to where is the reason why we sitting here struggling with the FCS team. You know what I'm saying, or what lower level team. I mean, that's come on now. If this team played Georgia, do you guys think the outcome will be the same? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. They need to clean up the mistakes, facts, missed tackles, penalties. We see guys lining up offsides. Who was that on the end? Was that I can't. He's lucky I can't call his name out, but I mean lining on the outsides on the defensive end. I mean before the play, he offsides. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they were moving in slow motion. How do you feel? Yes, it felt like they wasn't ready to play. Offense was ready to play. Like I said before, the offense was ready to play. Shador Sanders, I feel like, has already him and Travis Hunter is in the front runner for the Heisman. Them guys balled. I mean, Travis Hunter 3 touchdowns. I mean, what else do he need to do? Shador Sanders drove us down the field from our inside of our 10, and he drove it all the way down the field to give us 3 points. Alejandro Mata came up with a big field goal. Charlie Offerdall played well. We had some very good running going on as well. I mean, offense wasn't a problem. It's the defense that I'm worried about. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid that I feel like what we put on tape for the opposing team to see, it's not good. 103 people in the room, man. Hit the like button if you guys don't mind. I just hope we don't have this problem late at night, talking about this same stuff every week. I'm hoping that we can make adjustments. No blitz packages. I agree. I mean, Cam Miller sat back and, I mean, he was throwing the ball as if he was Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh man. First game playing together, the jail has to dry. A win is a win. I don't like how that quarterback run all over the field. Facts. I mean, he ran as if he was Michael Vick for a second. I mean, it was so frustrating to sit there and watch that. And I'm not going to be the type of Colorado content creator that's going to sit here and get in front of the camera and say, I'm so excited and happy we won 30, whatever the score was, 31-26 against this conference team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit here and be saying that. I'm not. Prime is definitely going to be all on it after this. Facts. I do agree. I feel like he is. I was totally drained watching it. Matter of fact, the last minute and a half, I turned the channel. Yeah, said the same thing. The coaches called some good plays. Jimmy Horn dropped that pass. Although he did drop that pass, Jimmy Horn played very good. Jimmy Horn definitely played good, and he stood to his word as far as him wanting to elevate his game this season. I mean, he balled. He really did. He had a drop pass, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, he human, but I mean, he made some clutch catches for us in this game for sure. Yeah, it did. I mean, what I seen, I was questioning a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I'm just trying to hold my words because I do have relationships with some of these guys, but they didn't perform well defensively, and it is what it is. Warren Sapp, new name, gets some explaining to do. The O line wasn't lining. In fact, they looked worse than facts. On top of that, Warren Sapp told us a couple of weeks ago we couldn't stop the run last year, so we won't have that problem this year. But we struggled with it. Horrible play calling to end the game. Yes, I mean, why not run the ball twice to end the game? They only have one timeout, and we're throwing a go route to LeJontay Wester, and then for incompletion, and it stops the clock. That's the type of stuff right there that's going to cost us a lot of games. That's the type of stuff that's going to piss me off. I mean, it's just simple. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? We get frustrated in the off season and we start calling out certain people, saying why you interviewing this person and that person. You want to point fingers at Paul Finbaum and Stephen A. Smith, but they didn't run the ball much. I feel like they didn't run the ball much neither, but offense wasn't a problem. I'm just worried about the defense. My live stream is specifically targeting the defense and the coaching. What was the deal with not stopping the quarterback running? What's your take on that? Robert Livingston, defensive coordinator, who has NFL experience, all this high praise, you know, all this talk about, these coaches having 150 combined years of NFL experience, not knowing how to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Last year was about crossing routes and slant routes, and this started from the very beginning to the last game. I mean, the last game of the season. And as far as quarterback running the ball, I just don't know. He looked like he was the best scrambler it is. I mean, I'm not a very um, educated when it comes to defense, but I think that you have to put a spy out there. I think you're supposed to put your middle linebacker in a spy whenever he sees the quarterback tries to run. And I mean, for some reason, we're playing man coverage, and you have everybody is guarding. You have linebackers guarding tight ends, linebackers guarding running backs. You have DBs turning. I mean, and they're not thinking about the quarterback running. You know what I'm saying? It's just so frustrating to sit here and watch this. And I've seen this before, and I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to just think that it's not going to continue. Like I said, my voice hoarse because I'm screaming and yelling. I mean, it's. I feel like we should have won this game by way more than 6 points. Las Vegas had us to win this game by 11 points, and we barely beat this team. I mean, that's just crazy. Didn't make sense to me either. Run the clock out. Yes. At that point? What are you trying to do? if you coach Prime because you are the head coach, are you trying to pad the stats with Shador Sanders? Is you trying to make for sure that he's in the Heisman chase? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to do? Here on this channel, we're gonna have real legit questions because all you had to do was just run the ball twice, game over. Why is Shador Sanders throwing the go route? Travis should get Heisman 100%. Him or Shador. Michael says he's happy. The secondary is weak and they can't control mobile quarterbacks. Charlie is a workhorse and Bentley balled out. Travis was amazing as always. I'm concerned because I was so high on DJ McKinney, and all this talk about our secondary, but I just hope that it's just North Dakota State. I just hope that North Dakota State is the truth. Maybe the defense isn't as bad as we think. I'm just trying to psychologically think that maybe it's North Dakota State. They do have a history of beating teams like, Colorado and, the big time schools. So maybe I shouldn't think that it's us. But if I mean, from somebody that played the game before, I'm not playing tricks on myself. Shout out to Sunfire Brown as a new member. Appreciate you, Sunfire Brown. Welcome back. Welcome back. Bro, Trav and Jimmy went off tonight. Yes, they did. I'm trying to get to all y'all comments, but they coming in fast. D-line need more time in the film room. Yes, they do. And the secondary. That whole defense was trash tonight. Whole defense was absolutely horrible. Probably already said last 2 minute plays, horrible. Yes. Last 2 minute plays was coaching. It wasn't the players, it was the coaches. No explosive running plays. Yeah, but we had some running plays that was, 5 yards here, 6, 7 yards here. Look, man, North Dakota State is a good team. I hope you're right. I hope that's what it is. Because I feel like that my expectations of this team was national championship level team. So I viewed this team the same way I would view Alabama, Georgia, Texas. If North Dakota State played any of those teams, then I don't think the score would have been the same. It would have been a blowout. J5 played big besides the one big drop, would have been a touchdown. The field was wide open. Yes. Yes, if he would have caught that ball right there, he definitely was going to score again. We watch more film than they do. I know, right? Yes, we really do. I'm starting to feel that way. I cannot wait to watch Well Off Media video tomorrow and see what was going on with the sideline, with the defense. Like, I mean, what the hell was going on? No talent at running back. Oh, please. I mean, Dallin Hayden did well. Charlie did well. Offense wasn't an issue. Hunter has to play on defense. Yes. I mean, I hate that. He has to. He actually played very good. Hunter had some very good tackles. I mean, Travis was killing. Shout out to Kevin. He says, "What is Shallow doing? The safety is supposed to tackle the quarterback in the open field." I don't know. I don't know what Shallow did today, but he did horrible. CU loves the man coverage. Yes. As much as I love CU, I agree with you. My expectations were high. I was disappointed in how they played. Yes, I think it's this frustration from me is more about my expectations. It's very, very, very high. It's not bowl or bust. Maybe I'm thinking too highly. It's college football playoffs. So with that expectations, I'm expecting this team to dominate. Do the same thing. I mean, that a Georgia would do, or Bama, or Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we do that? I mean, we just completely showed that we unstoppable on the offensive side of the ball. Warren Sapp definitely have a lot of work to do. Colorado would have had 2 more touchdowns if not for the D-line choking. Yes. But I give the defense a little credit because second half they did make adjustments because it was looking like North Dakota State was about to blow us out. You know what I'm saying? But they did make adjustments um, the second half. But I mean, we can't be in this situation against a team like Kansas State. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys really think that Kansas State would allow the same thing North Dakota State? Like, come on now. I mean, the schedule is going to get a lot more challenging. We got Nebraska next week, following Colorado State. Those are games where I know for sure we got to come with it, especially against Colorado State and Nebraska. I mean, these guys don't like us, and they're going to do everything they can to win. And coaching is going to have to be. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think right now. I just don't know. I'm thinking about a lot. I'm wondering why. Um, because I have a lot of high hopes in the coaching decisions as well. And I think I feel like they let me down. Colorado two coordinators were the problem. Facts. And I mean, I sat here and gave my reactions to their interview, and they were speaking about adjusting. And I don't know. Bring me in. I'm gonna bring you in. Okay. Maybe you know something. I'm finna share the link. I'm sharing the link. You're welcome to join and give me your thoughts because this was BS. Defense unit looked confused at times. I know, right, Regina? I mean, I'm sitting here, my voice is gone damn near. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting here seeing the same thing. Like, uh, man. And Shiloh watches the channel, so I don't care if he sees this or not. He played bad today. Horrible. DB played a good game. Fact is, they are not good at all. 17 yards on the ground. Can't get to the quarterback. I just hope it's the first. I hope and pray it is. Because I'm telling you guys, it's like I'm dreaming right now because this happened before last year with TCU. The slant routes and the crossing routes, and it killed us the whole entire season. But we were saying it was Coach Kelly's fault. It was Sean Lewis' fault. You know what I'm saying? We was blaming these coordinators, but now we have new coordinators, and we're seeing I mean, Jimmy Horn Jr. played a great game. They did adjust in the second half, so yeah, they was 11-4 last year. I mean, CU knew the quarterback was going to run, and they could not stop the obvious plays. That bothered me. All right, so we have Michael in the back. So let's see what Michael got to say. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, baby? What's going on, man?
Oh, I can't hear you. Can y'all hear
Can you
Mike?
hear me? Hold on. Hold on.
Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear Mike. I can't hear him.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Okay, they can hear you. So let me bag out. I'm gonna bag out and come right back in. It may be on my end.
All right.
1 second.
Can y'all hear me? Are we Gucci? Are we Gucci? Are we Gucci? Mad Dog, you there? Hello?
All right, say something now.
Oh, can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, look, that's all I'm saying. Look, this we have to understand this here first. That North Dakota State won some packages like they was. We have to get them credit. We have to get them credit. We have to. Like I wanted 60. I came on the chat. I wanted 60 points. But y'all have to understand this here too. Y'all down in the defense, right? Okay. What did they score? Answer this one question. What was the score at halftime?
The score at halftime, it was what? We can pull it up. So let me see. So at the first half, I'm about to get you right now.
Because I'm trying to make a point. I know the answer, but I want you to say it.
All right. For the first half, it was 20-17.
Okay. The whole second half, them folks scored 6 points. So
Okay.
the point I'm saying is, this is the point I'm saying. We got to put together still 2 halves of football. We still Gucci though at the end of the day. We good. Look, we ain't finna see another team that put together packages like they do.
So what you saying is that we gonna be able to get by playing one half.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because we gonna play better. Look, we not perfect, they not perfect. And y'all talking about the defense is football is 2 halves. The first half, them folks put up 20. The second half, them folks put up 6. 6 points. No matter what happened, I don't care if they didn't run the clock out, them folks scored 6 points the second half. Okay? 6. So you have to get some defensive credit. They did their thing. I'm good about the win, man. I'm so Gucci about the win. I'm impressed with how they came out the locker room and them folks only put up 6 points. Y'all not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at the big picture. Dion them trying to run a pro style offense. They going for it on 4th down. They not respecting the teams. I understand all that. Man, we good. We going all the way, man. We going all the way. I am impressed. And look, 2 things that y'all forgetting too. We got Travis and we got Shador. They can't stop the combination. They can't. It showed. Listen to me. It showed. It showed. We watched it. We ain't putting up 70 or 80 points. Everybody, I looked at a lot of YouTube folks throughout the week. They were saying Western. I was saying Jimmy Horn Jr. and Travis Hunter, mainly Travis Hunter. They were saying, Will Shepherd. No, he good, he Gucci, but we need him in the running game. Like how we use Will Shepherd is our running game on. We lob it up to him when it's close. When the game is on the line.
I should have been brought you up on the corner, man, because I was frustrated. Now I feel better. I'm gonna let you talk.
Listen to me. Look at Travis torque his body to get the touchdowns. Look, we got real bona fide stars, man.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all tripping, man. I've been listening to y'all tripping, man. Who do y'all think team is? They not the 85 Bears or none of that shit. You watch Travis Hunter, you watch Shador Sanders step up to the plate, and y'all shitting on these folks, man. What's wrong with y'all, man?
But I'm gonna be honest though, Mike. Like we finna get into the conference play. Like we're not.
Man, it don't matter. We got 2 motherfuckers, man. We look. We got 2 motherfuckers, 3 motherfuckers, 4 motherfuckers who. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cuss. I'm sorry. But listen to me close real quick, and then I'm gonna get up off of here. We just watched what we all been wanting all season long. We've been waiting on this. I'm talking about Travis Shador. It's nobody else. Travis Shador, Jimmy Horn Jr. That's it. The defense did their thing. 20 in the first half, 6 in the second half. Football is 2 halves.
Got a good point.
You have to understand the logic of it. 20 the first half, 6 points. Y'all, man, y'all is doodling on the defense.
All right, so
6 points.
what about the penalties though? I mean, do you feel like that's something that needs to get fixed though? I mean, the line outside,
Penalties is penalties. Hold on, I don't look. Penalties is penalties. Okay, penalties are penalties. Okay. We can get through that because we got through it. This ain't like last year. It's not. It didn't look like last year to me because they running a pro style offense, whereas they letting these folks come in. This is by design because they want to run the screen where they can run without the catch. So them folks is not blocking intentionally now, so they can run in. All them run in 4 and 5 defensive line and linebackers, and they lobbing it up to Jimmy, Jatante, and they want them folks to run without the catch. Now, is that a good play call sometime? No. They're going to have to get traditional when it comes to Colorado State, Nebraska. See, they play more traditional. These folks running packages that is psychedelic. We still got down on them, man. 6 points. Look at the second half. Only run the numbers from the second half. Forget about the first half. We won the game, man. What more do you want?
I want domination, man. I want that. Like when you play against a team like Georgia, you finna get 60 minutes. You're not about to get no 30 minutes in the second half. They finna wear your ass out the whole game. That's what I want.
Says who? That's speculation on past Georgia teams. This is not the new age. So what I'm saying is let everything play out. I am happy with the win, man. Look at it. 6 points. 6 points. Everybody down the defense. I've been hearing the comments. Everybody said they know football. They watch football. Don't emotion this. Go with logic. Look at the numbers. 6 points them folks scored in 2 halves of football the second half, man. Stop the nonsense. Stop it.
Well, I definitely feel better now that you came on the channel. And, you make me feel better, man, because I was like,
man, you my guy.
Yeah, I was expecting full 60 minutes, but you're right. We still won, so let's just take the win. You know what I'm saying? And we get ready.
Let me reiterate it to you. When you get off the channel and all the live is over with, study the second half of the game. That's what won us the game. That's what we have been missing. We have been missing. It's been 6 or 7 games that we have lost by 3 to 7 points. We accomplished that with the first game. It's 2 halves. Them folks, the defense held them folks to 6 points the second half. How could y'all overlook that?
I mean, you're right, but I'm just gonna say in some games you ain't gonna be able to play no second half though. Like I understand what you're saying, but it's some.
These games gonna be close. These games is not gonna be wide open. We're gonna have a few wide open ones. All we gotta do is click. Look, now running the ball. Look, I understand what y'all saying about just the last few minutes of the game. Run the ball. Do not put unforsaken. Like we all know Shador is the business. So they run a pro style off. You have to understand, like they got pros on their coaching staff, this and another. We gonna run it. I mean, we gonna throw it. We don't care what time of the clock it is. We gonna go for it on 4th down. Them folks don't care, man. They playing Madden ball, man.
Yeah.
Look at the decision making. You have to understand that. Them folks, they don't care nothing about it. Either you complete it or you don't. We won the game. Them folks scored 6 points the second half, man. Stop the madness. We won the game. And we're going to whoop the dog mess. You
You
seen the
got a good point,
offense,
man.
right? Now we got a glimpse of the
Oh yeah,
offense, right?
yeah. Offensively, I don't think nobody gonna be able to hang offensively. It's just that it's that
Who can
defense that
stop
we
Travis?
need. No, ain't nobody gonna stop Travis. He in a different category. I mean, it was phenomenal to see him perform the way he performed. I mean, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he catching passes where it's like, I mean, great
Working
coverage.
his body. Do you think that Jimmy Horn Jr., Will Shepard, Amarion Miller, they can't torque their body like Travis Hunter? He could torque his
Yeah,
body in midair and catch it clean.
yeah, he's something else. He
We
he top
watched
five.
it.
Yeah, he top five, like hands down for sure. But I
No,
definitely
he ain't
appreciate
top five. He top one. He top one. He top one. Can't nobody can torque their body like Travis Hunter. It's nobody in the NFL could torque their body like Travis Hunter.
That's for sure, man. But you anything else you want to say? I'm gonna get some others time to join, but I just felt like the defense needs to play a full 60 minutes, though. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's some games and some teams we're about to play that's going to play a full 60 minutes, so we cannot just be, what I'm saying, because North Dakota State is not,
But you
you
can't
know,
say who gonna play a full 60 minutes because North Dakota State didn't play a full 60 minutes. Colorado didn't play a full 60 minutes. It's all about the pressure and what the offense and defense give you. We gonna sit back and watch. Listen. I just want to say this, and I'm finna go. 6 points the second half, man. Stop the madness. Stop it.
okay.
I'm gone, man. I'm
I'm
gone.
back and see me in the Nebraska after the Nebraska game now,
I got you, man. We gonna beat them folks up, man.
for sure. So, I mean, he do got a good point. I mean, shout out to FPSD. Appreciate you for the super chat. The DC is going to need a talking to man-to-man is an NFL thing. Zone is needed. I do feel like we're going to have to play more zone, especially against a quarterback that's very mobile. And the reason why is because when you're playing man-to-man, you're taught to chase the player, and if you're chasing the player, your back is turned. And if you're going against somebody that runs the ball, then it's obviously they're going to have wide open lanes that happened tonight. But I understand what he's saying as far as his thoughts. I just feel like, we'll see what Coach Prime has to say as well. I mean, we know his press conference is coming up. But I do have high expectations for this team. Buffs going 12-0. I mean, I like that. Travis is a straight dog. Pause. We're not worried about the offense, but defense really win games. Yes. Offensively, I don't think we're gonna have a problem offensively. That was crazy. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seats. The way Travis caught that that ball in the end zone when it looked like a pass interference, he still caught. Hey, that was crazy. The way he caught that ball was absolutely crazy. I've never seen a player as great as he is to be able to catch a pass like that. I think I actually have it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna load that play up. That was ridiculous. Shout out to what she said. Appreciate you for the super chat. That 9.99 is definitely appreciated. That's going towards the next home game for sure because I need to get to a home game. Um, Maya says, please hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. Definitely appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, 181 people in the room. I'm also gonna redrop the link for those that want to share their thoughts. That's what we here. That's what we're here to do. We as a Colorado community, and we just here to share our thoughts. Everybody have different opinions. Some of y'all here to help me calm down at times after games because even though we win, I still expect domination. But like Mike say, we still won. You know what I'm saying? So um, FPSD says either way, the Buffs are winning, and Travis is the best player I've ever seen. Skull Buffs, yes, definitely. Some of y'all was able to see primetime Deion Sanders. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch him, but me seeing Travis Hunter, I can say he's the best player I ever seen in my life or ever watched live in my life. I've never seen a player that great. and that talented. It looks easy when he making plays. It just look easy. And he has that different swag about himself. Not all the secondary is trash, including 21. He is the worst, and 43 is a slow two linebacker. Trevor Woods and Shiloh, in my opinion, didn't have good games. But 43, he came up big as far as a couple of runs, but those guys just didn't play good this game. I have to live from the stadium. I have it live from the stadium. I send it to you. Send me your email. All right, I'll post my email. Some of y'all that was at the game, that's pretty dope. I know North Dakota State is a FCS powerhouse, but if Colorado can only do that with the best player in the nation, it's going to be tough in the Big 12. Great win, though. Yes, that's all I'm saying as well. I mean, it's not to belittle North Dakota State because I know they are a great FCS team, but I also know who the rest of the teams that's on the list that Colorado play, and you can't, from my knowledge of when I was playing, you can't just turn it off in the first half and the second, and then in the second half turn it back on, and then expect to be still in the game because you have some teams that's going to play all 60 minutes, like I said before. And I just hope that this team can carry that momentum from the second half to starting the game off. We heard Coach Prime say this numerous of times, is to start the game off. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was a good game, good first game, but Shador Travis and Jimmy Horn Jr. put college football world on notice. That's facts. Rodney, you good? Hey, I've been screaming today. You know what I'm saying? So my voice is pretty much. Um, I damn near lost my voice, but we're gonna still make it happen. The Hunter catch, yeah, that Hunter catch was absolutely crazy. Yeah, email that to me because I can't. Well, this is a short.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Mag Dog TV. We back with another one. Travis Hunt is completely dominating. He going for his second touchdown. It's absolutely incredible. Make sure you guys hit that
That
like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get it.
that was just the second touchdown, but I know which catch y'all talking about. Y'all got to send that one to me. I mean, he had so many catches. No, I never got a chance to see Barry Sanders neither. No, I never seen Barry Sanders. They have problems. Really, he not fast enough to play free and make an impact. You got to be everywhere. The secondary looks lost and confused. It's like they're all watching Travis and depending on him for everything. Shallow just likes to hit and not tackle, and they need to learn zone coverage. Shallow have a problem with wrapping up as well. Like he likes to throw his shoulder, but a lot of times the players just bounce off. And me and Shallow have a relationship. He knows I'm. He already know I'm about to be in his DM, and I'm finna let him know this wasn't a good game. You know what I'm saying? And I expect better, man. People need to understand that North Dakota State University have upset bowl teams. I mean, yeah, that's true. Previously, and had most of their players return this year, except their head coach. I guarantee North Dakota State can make a run with a lot of Big 12 teams. I'm worried about safeties because Cam suffered a concussion. Yeah, yeah. Prayers for Cam, man. Put the prayer hands in there for Cam because he did suffer a concussion, man. And I think it was a concussion. I'm not sure, but he did go out. And Cam is a dog. You say if I'm correct, and Shallow is still not 100% from that shoulder surgery because he hasn't. I mean, he wasn't head crunch hitting. It was worth the wait. 200 in the room, man. Hit the like button. Football is about recognizing the problem and making adjustments. I think the D did that in the second half. Yeah, They made adjustment in the second half. They did do that. Still do not have a running game. But I mean, 40, do you think we need a running game as great as our offense is? Like, I mean, I feel like the running game was good enough. We don't need a great running game with the quarterback that's the damn near the best in the country. Man, shout out to FP, man. I appreciate you 100% with the $50 super chat. Man, that means a lot to me, bro. 1000%. He says, keep up the videos. God bless. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, man, that means a lot to me for sure. And that, like I said, that's going towards me trying to get to this next home game. I think we have Nebraska, Colorado State. Um, I'm not sure who else. I think we have a bye week, and then we have a home. I don't know when the next home game, but I'm definitely doing my best to get to the next home game. So that's everything that you guys send me is definitely going towards the channel, and it means a lot, man. I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate it, Sunfire. Yeah, prayers for Cam, man, because you guys know Cam definitely is one of those guys that's the leader of the defense. He can create turnovers, and this is his last ride. So I absolutely hope he's good. I hope he's okay because this is last dance. I mean, a lot of these guys won't be able to play ever again. Everybody's not going to get a chance to play in the National Football League. So, um, prayers for him that he can finish strong. Travis is him. Yeah, a win is a win for sure. Why did Buffs run man all day instead of zone against a running quarterback? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure the same thing you're trying to figure out because you're taught to play zone when you have a quarterback that likes to run around. I don't know what was the case with that, nor do I know why we did not run the ball twice to end the game. At the end of the game, maybe this team really good. That's true. No, they definitely good. I mean, they're 9-4 against the powerhouse big dogs. So they are good. But I mean, the expectations is high for me as far as Colorado. And so I'm gonna be harder. I'm gonna nitpick a little bit, but we still won. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I invited you guys to join the channel and give me your thoughts because some of y'all can help me stay calm. But I just have very high expectations of this team. I have college football playoffs, national championship this year. I don't think we'll ever have another quarterback like Shador Sanders, regardless of who we go out there and get. Just my personal opinion. I think Shador is a dog, man. He's calm. I mean, it's just I've never seen a quarterback that's just so calm in the pocket. Um, and then we have Travis Hunter. I mean, how many Travis Hunters do you guys think that live in America that we can go and replace after this season? So I feel like we have to make a deep run this year. And the best chance for us to really go all the way, I feel like it's now. That's just my opinion. Not to say in the years we won't be good, but I just feel like we have a very, very good chance to make a run right now. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing Cam. Yeah, that's why. That's why Cam had got injured like first quarter. So prayers for him. I'm hoping we can hear some good news. Coaches need to adjust better. Example, put Spy back on quarterback once we saw what he was doing. Yes. I was also wondering why they wasn't running Spy. I mean, like I said before, for someone to have high expectations of this team, I'm not looking at the final score like a average fan. I'm looking at certain scenarios of the game that could have changed the outcome. So, as a former player, I'm looking at the game different than the actual fan. You know what I'm saying? It's just different how I'm viewing the game. I'm looking at why we're not running Spy. Why we're not running the ball when we're in certain situations. You know, um, that's just how I'm thinking different. This game really, but I'm just telling y'all this. We was fortunate that we won this game because it could have went either way. If you watch this game, whether you are a former football player or just a fan, you still have enough common sense to know that we got very lucky with the way we won this game. It's fortunate because North Dakota State had a chance to win. With that comes with the future games. We don't want to be in situations where we can really, where it's obvious we're the better team, but we're still leaving them in the game. That's all I'm saying. If you got a chance to punch them in the mouth, then go ahead and do it and get them out the way. This game really supposed to be a blowout. This is exactly what I just said. If not for the plenty, and that's uh, if not for the penalties and the interception, Buff should have won by double digits. Facts. That's all I'm saying. Next home game is against Baylor. Okay, so that's the one I want to get to. The Baylor. Um, me and you both, Mr. Stewart, but I feel better now. We did win. I mean, we do. We do. The good thing about this, Stewart, is that we can go to sleep. I feel like we are better as far as how we feel being 1-0 than being 0-1. Because I can tell y'all right now, I don't know how I would have been able to speak to y'all if we would have lost this game against North Dakota State. I would have let Michael just talk the whole live. I'm proud of Bentley. He played like a dog on defense. Yeah, he did. Look, Shallow was out of position as a safety. It was driving me crazy. He should have been killing that quarterback. Yes, Shallow, like I said before, didn't play well this game. He even had some penalties that, I mean, even Coach Prime was throwing his hands up like, you know, um, he didn't have a great game, but everybody's not going to have a great game every week. But I mean, we have to call it. I mean, we are if they do pay attention to our channel, it will motivate them to go hard because we're gonna tell it how it is. We're gonna be honest. I thought shout out to that girl Shine. Thanks a lot for the super chat. She says, I thought with Sap we would have a more aggressive defense. What is your cash app? I thought with Sap we would have a more aggressive defense. I agree. I was expecting us to be able to stop the run. Um, you know what I'm saying? Be more aggressive, come out with more passion. But unfortunately, you know, I just feel like this team was more relaxed. I don't know. I don't. Maybe they felt like they was going to win the game. I just don't know if we can get away with that every week. As far as the cash app, I do. You guys know how I am. I just like talking football and stuff like that. But if you want to donate, I have the banner rolling now for those that want to donate for the cash app. But I just pretty much enjoy talking about the game. I missed the game, and you guys helped me as far as that go. Look, shout. Okay, so I read that one. 100. In order to win the big games, Buff linebackers need to improve coverage. Yes, the coverage was horrible. I mean, I know Cam Miller is a good quarterback. North Dakota State is known to have great quarterbacks, but we could not cover the passing game at all. I like Woods' play too. He picked up 18 pounds, and you could tell. Yes, he did. He been grinding. Trevor Woods is a dog. You know, he's one of the three guys that Coach Prime had his first year that stayed. You know, all the other guys that left and complained, you know, and was speaking bad about Coach Prime. Trevor stayed. And Charlie, man. Charlie, hey, I cannot be more impressed with the way Charlie, his career has been, man. It's absolutely great. Is the NFL coach's approach working in your opinion? Oh man, it's a very good question, Dennis. He put me on the spot. Oh man, I don't know. Defensively, I really don't know, Dennis. I just don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know yet. And I say yet because we can say that they did make adjustments in the second half. We only allowed 6 points. So I'm just hoping that whatever they figured out this game, they can continually, um, you know, correct because the game is about to get more challenging. Shout out to Joanna. Appreciate you for the 9.99 super chat. Appreciate you a lot. It means a lot to me. 100%. No, that football game ended as it should. Colorado could have lost. It was a even matchup. Shallow was pissed off on that crazy penalty that cost us. Yes, that penalty cost us big time. Reach the People Media just put out a video. It just came across my screen. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm waiting on Well Off because Well Off usually get what's done on the field. Reach usually get the personal stuff that's going on. And actually, I may have to check that out because I want to know what was going on the sideline the first half. And in the locker room, if we can get some of that, I think that'd be cool. We shut the haters up this week. We definitely did that. All that hating and all that stuff, where they at? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Colorado want to know. Shallow gotta let that headache game ish go. I don't think he will, Mr. Stewart. I think he's gonna continually keep that. I mean, I appreciate that, Sunfire Brown. I don't think. I mean, he been playing like that his whole life. So for him to change now, I think it's too late. I just want him to wrap up. I just think he needs to wrap up. I think the defense will play better as time progresses. The North Dakota State University online was tough. O-line was tough. Give them credit. They are not a B team. You're right, Coach Barry. I do feel like this was a very good football team we played. Not to take away any type of credit to them. I just wanted us to dominate this team. That's all. Let's see the adjustments. This one in the past. Facts. Defense takes a little more time than the offense. Shout out to Clear Cut. Mag Dog, if they are not playing tight ends, then those two in the signing class gonna decommit. And if the running game is getting just 59 yards, then Micah not staying. I don't know. I think that different weeks we will have to rely on the run game more than having to throw or having to rely on Shador Sanders. So I don't think every week is going to be a 59 type of running game. You have a good point. You have a good point because we do run a lot of 4 and 5 wide. We ran 5 wide today, which was also history. I did not know that Colorado history never ran 5 wide. So with that does come with a little bit of running backs wanting to leave and stuff like that. But I do believe there's going to be some games we're going to have to run. Nebraska is one of those games. They have very good defense. Their defense is a lot better than North Dakota State. So we're going to have to run the ball more in this next game. Rodney Porter, who hated? Yeah, we know who hated, man. You probably one of those people that hate. You know what I'm saying? But we won this game. That's for sure. And then you just trolling, so we're gonna ignore you for the night. You know what I'm saying? You 0-1 right now. Shallow, too much headache game, not enough tackling. Yeah, I think Shallow get to the point where he's tried too much. He tried to hit stick too much, and I think a lot of times it's catching up with him because if you are an offensive player, you can bounce off a lot of hit sticks because all you know is just to put your shoulder pads with his and just bounce off. But if he wrap up, then it'd be a different story. For the most part, I'm loving the Buffs. They finished, closed out the game. Facts. This live is a lot better than how things could have been. So we gotta definitely be thankful for that. I like the way that speaking of Draylon, I'm glad you brought him up. I'm gonna read this comment, but I like how they started out with Draylon, using him like he was what's his name? Dang, Debo Samuel. They was using Draylon like that. I'm like, I ain't seen that in any of the videos on Well Off Media videos. I never seen Draylon playing running back. I liked it that. I felt like that was very creative. Draylon received the first running play. Yeah, I feel Welch should have received that ball first. But if I think if they holding Welch back as a sleeper for the Nebraska game, what's going to take? Yes, that's the thing about it. So you never know what Coach Prime and I mean I feel like they're utilizing that offense very very well. We saw Draylon. I think we saw some other new guys that we didn't even see in well off media videos. I'm like, hold on now, I ain't even saying this. I wasn't expecting that. So, and I cover Colorado every day. So, if I felt like that, I can imagine how North Dakota State felt when they saw Draylon running the ball. I'm like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? I think that was very creative. North Dakota played great. Most teams gonna play hard. If any of you play sports, you know people play. Facts. Yeah, 100%. They definitely played great. Not taking away anything that they did for sure. I mean, they have a very good football team. Cam Miller is good. The tight end is very good. Um, they like I said before, they played great. Shane Coates was the best player in the game. I think Jordan Seaton played good too. I mean, to be a freshman, I think he held his own. Khalil Benson, Tyler Brown. The offensive line played very, very good considering how bad we were last year. What, one sack? I mean, think about this now. I mean, am I tripping? One sack? I feel much better watching this live because I was totally upset about how the game was played at tonight. I was upset, but I was like, man, you know what? We won. We won and know. You know what I'm saying? So, and the beauty of what we saw that upsetted us is that they can fix those things tomorrow. I mean, Travis Hunter said they probably won't have a day off. They probably going to get right back to it, and I'm sure that that's probably what they're going to get to. His team can't beat Colorado. Hater. Facts. Offense looked A1. Defense needed a little work, but congrats to them boys. North Dakota State definitely ain't no push around with that quarterback. Yeah. I mean, North Dakota State have a history of having great quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz. Um, I mean, it's a lot of guys came from North Dakota State. I can't think about off the top of my head that's playing in the league. And I think Cam probably gonna be one of he gonna be another one. North Dakota State could possibly be moving up, you know what I'm saying? But I thought using Draylon was a split in Hayden's face. No, I don't think so. I think it was more about um, I think it just was more about creativity. I don't think Colorado have any of that type of energy in the locker room as far as downing the players and they don't exist with Coach Prime. Like they don't exist. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of playing for somebody like Coach Prime is that it's a family culture. You know what I'm saying? It just was about you thought you knew what you were scouting. I think that was it more about like North Dakota State. You thought you knew what to expect this game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it was more about than throwing it up in somebody's face. We didn't show our entire hand facts. It's still more. I mean, LaJohntay Weston haven't got off yet. Will Shepherd, Amari Miller. And I just want to see more from the defense though. He only got sacked because he was trying to run it when Travis was open, but that's okay. Yeah, exactly. And that wasn't supposed to be a sack. So I mean, the O line, I got to give the MVP to the O line for sure. Mag Dog, can you send a link? Okay, I'm gonna share the link one more time. Give some of y'all a chance to get on, and then I'm gonna pretty much take it in. Let's see. But overall, I'm pleased with how we did. All right, so I just shared the link, Gissy. Enjoy Colorado Buffalo live stream with Mag. I appreciate that, Rodney. Did like running back Dylan. Uh, head on his hits when he run that ball. He put that top safety. Oh yeah, he ran him over. Yeah, Dallin. Dallin is a beast. Yeah, he ran that safety over. He hurt him. That was crazy. That was all contact. Miller and Wester was going off. Yeah, but I'm saying though, what we seen from Jimmy Horn and Travis, I feel like we're going to see from Miller and Wester because Wester put up video game numbers at Florida Atlantic, and I feel like he's going to do the same at Colorado. Man, who you telling, Joanna? I was definitely praying for a pick six. This chat is on fire. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's always on fire. After the games, it be lit. One sack the entire game. Hey, that's big progress. I mean, as bad as the O line was last year, and we only gave up one sack, that's a huge upgrade. Paul Feinbaum ain't gonna talk about that. Stephen A. Smith's not gonna talk about that. That's huge. Charlie O did more than I thought he would. Yeah, he definitely did. So let's see what Jesse has to say. What's going on, Jesse?
Hey, Mad Dog, how you doing, man?
Oh, good, all good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Hey, question: you played on the Hal Mummy and Mike Leach, right?
Yeah, yeah, I played for him.
Yeah, I played under those guys at Valdosta State, and we played North Dakota State in '95, and we lost that game 19-14. And I think people fail to realize that team is disciplined. They have a history of being disciplined. They don't do a lot of complicated things, but they're very disciplined. They don't make a lot of mistakes. I think what we got to understand is the purpose. This game is a great opportunity for them to go back and clean up a lot of the issues that they have. For instance, we talked about the crossing route. Now you play receiver. When you're playing man coverage, you got to learn how to pass those guys. So, like for instance, if you're playing corner and you have a drag route going inside, you got to always expect something coming back out. And what they
Right.
were doing is picking those guys on defense, man. So they were hurting
Mhm.
them with that. The other thing is with that offensive line, it's going to take a lot of time because they got to find the right combination. Those guys got to gel, man. And I think we just need to be patient, and I think also too um, that once he gets that recruiting, because he has to get his recruiting base down, he'll be able to bring in an entire class of offensive linemen and redshirt those guys, develop those guys. The reason why he's utilizing that portal is he doesn't have a lot of time. He got to get this thing turned around in a hurry because
See,
program is not like it used to be. It's take you
you,
5 years to build a program.
see, you the man that we need on the panel right now. I mean, you a football guy. I can hear it in your voice. So I'm gonna ask you though, with what you've seen in this game as far as the first half, does that concern you as far as because I mean you a football guy, you understand that you have to play 60 minutes. Every team is not going to just allow you to be able to stick around, to get it to figure it out. So did any of those things concern you any?
Yeah, it did, man. Especially with it almost seemed like they ran sort of like a street, kind of like a street route, kind of like a post or something with the halfback up the middle. That's what it looks like. Where Trevor got beat on that.
Yeah,
And so
yes.
that's the other thing. That's the other thing with man coverage is that you gotta kind of stay in the hip, and you're turning your back, so you can't even see the quarterback. So when you have a quarterback that runs the ball like that, I would probably do more zone blitzes. Maybe run a
Yeah.
little bit more zone blitzes, or maybe show them a cover two zone and maybe shift the cover two man. I think they need to do a better job of disguising their coverages. um, the other thing is with the lines, those guys are still coming off the ball too high. The
Mm,
defensive scheme that they're running is a gap defensive scheme. It's easy. Get in your gap and control your gap. A lot of those guys, man, they're coming off the ball too high, and when they make first contact with those offensive linemen, when you pop them, you're supposed to punch them. That's what you do the sled.
mm,
So it's gonna take time, man. But I think again, they have enough pros, in terms of coaching on that team to get those guys right. But again, I think we have to all understand this is not like, you bring a freshman class. They've been together for 2 years. Now they know what to do. They know this. These are guys that are coming in and they're having to learn this thing right away. And so
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fine, man. I think with the offensive line, they're going to need to shift some of them guys around because you still got to look at some of them guys are playing guard. Maybe not. They probably shouldn't even be playing guard. You got the
Mhm.
guy with the center. Maybe he's a better guard than center. So you got to find the right combination. So I think them guys are going to be fine, man.
So is my expectations too high? I mean, I'm feeling like we can go all the way, like a playoff, deep run in the playoff. Did you see that, or you want to see more before having that type of expectation? Honestly.
Yeah, man. There's some things that I want to see. In terms of the little things. As a defensive end, you're on the line, man. Come on, man. You can't be lining off sides, man. You right there on the line. Look at the ball, man. You know where you're supposed to be. The other thing I want to see is I want to see more talking and communication on defense. Like
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of that. I didn't see guys saying, like for instance, the one play that kind of ticked me off was that tight end when he scored the touchdown. Anytime you have a slot receiver that is 1 yard away from that tackle, you know, he's giving himself to run an out route. You already know that he's either going to run an out route or he's going to run a drag route, man. There's not too many routes he can run. And depending on the scheme, that's why I say in that case, they need to teach them guys how to pass. So for instance, if I'm the corner, I'm taking the out route. I'm taking an out route because he's in my zone, and then I'm going to pass my guy running the drag back to the next guy in line. So these guys got to
Mhm.
learn how to play better under that man under coverage. They got to learn how to pass, man. Because if you don't, you're going to get picked all day, every day, and that's what they was doing to us last year with those pick routes. So there's
Yep.
some things I want to see them clean up, man, and I want them to be sound, man. Like for instance, the guys are coming off the ball too high, low pad wins. You gotta be low. You gotta and I saw offensive linemen, when they came off the ball, they're high. They're not driving. Their legs, their hips are too. They gotta drop their nuts, man. They're too high, man. So I don't know. Eventually, I guess I'm confident they'll clean it up. But I want to see more before I say they're gonna win 9 games. I mean, right now, I see them maybe 6-6 or 7-5. I don't see 9 games until they clean up those mistakes, man.
Do you think they have enough time to do it like this year? Because I mean, I know everything is week to week, and then of course game planning for different teams, different strategies. But do you think this is something that they can fix now, or you think you pretty much got to go with it right now?
Honestly, man, because FBS, man, in college football, you only have a certain amount of time you can dedicate to that, so that you don't be violating the NCAA rules. Um, I think it all depends on the amount of time these players are going to dedicate time to watching film. They need to
Yeah.
spend more time watching film. They need to spend more time working on their technique. Um, that's really where it's at. I mean, you can see the tendencies in the game. Based on the personnel. If I see number 9 come in, he ain't finna throw no football, man. He's a running quarterback. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? You should be peeling back your ears on that, man. So I
And that,
mean,
and
and you
that
can look
bothered
at
me a lot. Like seeing that,
man.
like
I'm
number
looking at
9,
Yeah, I'm
that
looking at the
bothered me.
line and I'm saying to myself, like these linebackers, right? Okay, I'm looking at the offensive line's knuckles. Like I'm looking at the knuckles. If they got a lot of weight on their hands, they're running the football, man. If they're sitting back, they're kind of sitting back with light weight on their knuckles. It's to give them time to get back in their pass protection. I mean, you can
Yep.
see this stuff, man. And so that's what
Yep.
I'm saying is there's fundamental pieces of the game that these guys are missing, and I know these pros are going to teach them, and that's why these guys need to that D line. They need to live in Sapp's pocket. Lewis, they need to be in those guys' pocket every
Yeah.
single day. They need to be watching film. If I ain't doing my studies and I got downtime, I'm watching film. I'm studying my opponent. I'm working on my technique. those are things that they need to do. And I want to see the D coordinator don't give away the coverage, man. Like I could show you, that I'm running a cover zero, but at the snap of the ball, I can shift the cover too. They got to learn how
And
to disguise their coverages a little better, man. You
this guy
know
knows
that's
football,
my
man. I can tell y'all that for sure. He knows football. I agree
yeah,
with you
man.
100%. And I
Yeah, but
think
in
that's
terms of running the football, I want to see us get back to old time football in terms of that running game. And I think honestly, man, it comes down to like, what are they teaching these guys? Because back then they would make you drive that sled for 20 yards, man. You'd have to
yeah.
drive that sled, drive that sled, drive that sled. And some teams, and like my high school team, I played in South Georgia at Colquitt County High School, which is a powerhouse in Georgia. Man, they would have us driving a sled with tires. They have guys with tires on the back. You got tires, straps hooked up to your back while you're driving the sled. It's to put that weight on you so you can learn how to build that explosive. So, I think they'll be fine. I think Prime knows what he's doing. I think eventually they're going to have to kind of cut back on that 40% out of the transfer portal. I would like to see them bring in a whole class of freshmen, redshirt
Mm,
those guys, get those guys in the weight room, get them developed, get them acclimated to the system. And I think once he starts doing that, I think eventually they're going to be a solid team. Like teams like Georgia, that's what they do. Georgia, you go into
yeah.
Georgia, Alabama, man, they redshirt in the freshman class. Them guys are not seeing the field unless they're a superstar.
Yep. And me and you both know, I mean, we got enough football knowledge to know if Georgia played North Dakota State tonight, the score would be different.
Oh yeah, man, they slaughter them in the trenches, man. The trenches, they get destroyed in the trenches with Georgia.
Right. And that's what I was trying to get these guys to understand. It's just my expectations before this game of the, it was very, very high, which is why I feel like, I mean, the win is good, but I expect more from this team. And you understand what I'm saying. I mean, when you see a Bama
Oh
or Georgia,
yeah, yeah, man. Have these guys ever seen an SEC lineman? I mean,
exactly.
those guys are huge, man. Those guys are huge. Yeah, man, they'd get destroyed if they played against a Georgia, man. Georgia is on another level, and Georgia has always had that talent, man. It's just that, now Kirby, who's a Georgia guy, he actually played at Bainbridge High School. I actually played against him in high school. His dad is Sonny Smart. His offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo, I played against him at Thomasville High School. So
So,
those guys are all South Georgia guys, man. And it's just so much talent in the state, man. And you see a lot of those linemen, they're huge,
yeah,
man.
yeah, they
They're huge.
definitely. Yeah, I think they're gonna run through Clemson. I think they play Clemson like Saturday, something like that.
Oh, oh yeah, man. I'm telling you what they're gonna do. They're gonna play smash mouth football. They're gonna punch them in the mouth with those big offensive linemen, and they're gonna beat them down with the big defensive linemen, man. And that's really the key between FCS and FBS is the trenches, the line.
Yep.
FCS guy is probably maybe 6'3", 6'4". Those guys probably from a defensive standpoint, they're probably like 280, 275. When you get up in the FBS level, those guys are probably 6'5", 6'4", but they're like 310. And that's why
Yeah.
last year I didn't understand with Charles, the defensive coordinator, when they was running the 3-4. You can't run a 3-4, man, unless you have a boy dog at nose guard. He has to be able to control and dominate both A gaps. If you don't have a guy to dominate both A gaps, you cannot run a 3-4.
Mm.
Alabama had those guys. That's why they was able to run it. So
So
we just got. Mhm.
you had a chance to watch primetime Deion Sanders, right?
Uh-huh.
So was primetime or Travis? Who was the best from your eyes? Because I want, of course, I want to go Travis, but I mean, from what you've seen, who would you say was the best as far as what they do going both ways?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you this, man, because during the time I grew up and I was playing high school ball, Bobby Bowden was the man. Mickey Andrews, and they had that South Georgia, North Florida, all that stuff. They had it locked down, man. Dion back then, I think Travis has better hands. The way he attacks the ball, I think is better than Dion. But in terms of speed, breakaway speed, and vision, nah, man, I don't see that. I think Travis has better hands. The way he attacks the ball, the way he can twist his body
Yeah.
to make those catches, man, is amazing. So he's a different beast. But Dion, man, Dion could literally take over a game. Like he could change the dynamics of a game just like that. And you got to think Dion was like 6'1", he like 205 or something like that,
Yeah.
or 200 pounds. That was a big cornerback back then, man. Cornerbacks back then, they weren't that big. They were maybe like 5'10", 5'11". Those guys were like 175, 180. Dion was a big corner and he could run, man. He could run. He was fast, man. Dion was fast.
Yeah, I
And
definitely
so,
appreciate. He say, come to Georgia State game to see Savion and Bishop 6'2".
okay. There was one tackle that I was disappointed in, man. It was a kid out of Valdosta High School. I think the guy was named Omar White. He
Mm,
reminded me of Warren Sapp, the way he come off that ball, man, and the way he used his hands was just nasty. I mean, that guy was nasty, man. He was number 10. He was supposed to come to Colorado, but he got into some trouble with the
mm,
law or something going on. But I think, right now they need to dominate Colorado in terms of getting all the great players out of Colorado. And then in
mm.
terms of the offensive line, I think they need to focus on. There's a lot of those big offensive linemen in the Midwest that I think they can lock down. But I just want to see them bring in entire offensive line, entire defensive line, freshmen, redshirt them. And in terms of the NIL deal and all that stuff, hey man, listen, I'm all about players getting paid, but I'm looking at this for, I'm a guy. I played college football. You played college football. We know after college football, man, you gotta hit the job market. You gotta work, right?
Yep.
So with these guys, I'm thinking of these pro guys. They go pro, they make these millions of dollars. 3 to 5 years after being removed from the game, they're broke. Now,
Mm,
what I want to see is I want to see them find a way instead of giving these guys that NIL money, put that money in an account and make it as an incentive for them to graduate because they're going to need their degrees, man.
yep.
So to have a kid transferring from one school to another school, that's hurting that kid because some of those credits are not going to transfer.
Yeah.
So I
And I
want to
think it's
see. I,
and I think it take away from the hunger as well. In my opinion, I mean, what do they want
yeah,
to get to the league for when they making just as amount of more money than the guy that's on the practice squad? Like, I think it
yeah,
takes away from that wanting to be great too, though. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I just think that when you making the money. I mean, when I was playing, we was getting scholarship money, but I mean now these guys getting
yeah.
real bad.
Yeah, we couldn't work a job back then, man. They take your scholarship.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, you couldn't do that. You couldn't work when you're on scholarship. And then the other thing with this is that every undergrad should be given one transfer. You should have one transfer. So you need to choose wisely because if you transfer somewhere else and you don't like it, you're stuck. And if you
Mm,
graduate and get the degree, now you get an additional year. It needs to be more stable, man. Is what I want to see. More stability in the game. And like I said again, the incentive is when the kid graduates, they get access to that NIL money that's sitting in the account. But to give them that money right now, I think it's like there's no stability in the game. Everybody's jumping everywhere, and it's just ridiculous, man. There's so many stories out there where kids are going to the transfer portal and they're dying in the portal, man. Nobody's picking them up.
yeah.
Um, yeah, man. So, but yeah, I believe in the prime. I believe in the Buffaloes. There's just some things that I want to see, but I coach know what he's doing. He's a Hall of Famer, man. So I'm not going to question, what he got going on. He got pros all around him. He got NFL guys. So coach know what he's doing, man. I'm proud of him. I'm pulling for him. I want them to succeed, man. They need to succeed.
So before you leave, I do want to ask you, as far as the game plan for Nebraska, what do you think we're gonna have to do? Obviously, they play against I want to say UTEP or somebody. this weekend. But what do you think we need to do to beat them?
First of all, before we even get into the Nebraska thing, let's correct the mistakes that we made in this game. Let's correct that. And then when the scouting report comes out on a Monday or Tuesday, whenever they look at their scouting report, they need to spend a lot of time in the film room, studying whatever offensive scheme that they're running. Um, because I think from what I saw tonight, Colorado played a lot of 4-2.
Yeah, they did.
Um, they played a lot of 4-2 tonight. And so they need to look at Nebraska is probably going to run the football on them, which I'm favor. I think they should go back to a 4-3, and maybe have a hybrid guy playing that will linebacker position. But I would say really understand your defense that you're running. And you need to know the weaknesses of your defense because that's what people are going to attack and exploit. Now, if you can
Yeah.
bait them, that's why I was saying showing different coverages, man. Like for instance, I'm gonna show you cover 3 before the ball snaps, but at the snap of the ball, I'm gonna shift the cover 2 man on you. They need to do
Mm,
a better job of disguising their coverages and running some zone blitzes too. I think they should do that, dropping linemen, blitzing, to really screw around with the offensive coordinator.
right.
But I think they just really need to understand their concept, what they're trying to do, and they need to understand how other people are going to attack them. And while they're watching film on that team and learning their scheme and what they're doing, pay attention to the tendencies. One of the things when I played, coaches used to, how when when you're on the defensive side of the ball and the guy, the tailback, he's about to get the ball, is because his eyes get big. He's staring at the hole already. So what they used to do back in the day is they give you a shield, a visor to cover your eyes so you don't give it away. Like in man coverage, if I'm covering a receiver, I'm in a trail position, but I'm looking at his eyes because when the ball coming to him, his eyes is like they're about to pop out his head. you know, these are things that these guys got to learn, man. They got to learn that, and they got to get aggressive with some of these receivers, man. Like I didn't see jamming. Like you should be like mauling these guys, man. Because back then you could do it until 5 yards, and you had to let up.
Yeah.
So there's technique and things that they need to focus on, and they'll be fine. And like with the defensive line, pay attention to what Warren Sapp is saying. That first step, that 6-inch step, is a power step because what you're doing is you're popping them. It's like a power punch, and then you can punch them and then grab them out of jersey and throw them down, and rip them. There's so many things that they need to learn. So I just want to see them clean up the mistakes, focus on techniques and fundamentals, understand your defense or your offensive scheme and what you're doing, understand the weakness of your scheme that you're running and how people are going to attack it. Then look at what they're doing and apply what you're doing against what they're doing, but pay attention to those tendencies, man. Like I was telling you, anytime a slot receiver is 1 yard away from the offensive tackle, he only has 2 plays. I mean, he can't run that many routes. He's either going to run a drag route, he's going to run an out route. He could run a streak, and then you need to understand if you're in a cover 1, I know I got to take away the outside because I got help in the middle with the safety in the cover 1. If I'm
That's
playing cover 2, I got to wall the man off because the middle is the weak point of a cover 2. So
that's next
each
level
safety
for
got
them.
their hat.
And
Yeah,
they
man.
wonder.
So those.
I agree, and they wonder why Travis is so great at what he do is because he knows exactly what the safety gonna be, the linebacker gonna be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's what makes him so great. And like you said, it's just all
Yep.
about being a student of the game.
Yep, it's like that cover 2 man. You already know if I got a man in my zone and he comes into my zone, I got to cover him, but I also got to drift back because that weak spot is between that safety and that corner. If they run a corner route, that's a weak spot right there. When they run the post corner, that's a
Yeah,
weak spot. You got to vice it. You got to get underneath that route. So these are things that, like I said, they need to clean it up, and they just need to discuss more. Work on the fundamentals, man. Understand your scheme and what you're trying to do. Understand how people, when they see your scheme, they're like, okay, this is the weak points of these schemes. And you can bait them because you know this now. You can bait them. And that's what Sanders used to do. Deion used to do that because, you know, Mickey Andrews, that's what they ran. They ran cover 2 man. You know,
Yep.
that's all them guys were running, man. Cover 2 man to man coverage, cover 2 man. You know, somebody
Yep.
comes in, you know, if you got 2 routes coming into your zone, you know you got to get underneath that corner route. You got to get underneath that corner route, but you can still break on that out route. And then
Yep.
sometimes, you know, depending on, you know, if you got a spy, that's another, you know, thing you can add to the wrinkle. So I just want to see them clean up the basics, man. That's really it. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, so definitely chime in with us, with the lives, because you definitely got a lot of knowledge, and it's needed. It's definitely needed on the channel. So just chime in with us every week, post game and pre game. You know, we do the live. So I definitely enjoy your knowledge.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I've been watching your channel. I've been following you, man. Hey, I love this channel. It's one of the, you know, just one of my favorite channels that I go to all the time when I'm working and doing things. And like I said, man, these guys have an opportunity that I would die to have. I would love
Amen.
to have that. I mean,
I
man, I would
know.
die. I mean, you know, the opportunities that they have, the exposure they have, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on. When the lights come on, it's time to do your thing, man. And I'm proud of Coach Prime, man. I'm a huge advocate. I want him to succeed, and I know he will get it done, man. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but you know what? The best thing to do to silence a hater is just win. And
Fact.
when you win, these guys got to come out with the mentality. When you come out there and you play, we are not just going to win. We are going to beat you down mentally and physically. We're going to beat you down. And I don't see that dog yet. Like, I don't see the violence. You know, when they come off the line, you know, the point of attack, the D line, they got to be nasty and violent, bro. They got to
Fact.
be violent when they come off that line, man. And I don't see that. I don't see that yet. You know, I see it in some guys like BJ Green. I can see it with him. But we got to see it across the board, man. And I think again, those guys will be fine.
Facts. Well, I definitely, like I say, appreciate you for chiming in, and definitely come back and join us next week for the Nebraska game.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be watching that game, and like I said, the mistakes that they made in this game. You don't
Oh,
think Nebraska's watching that? Man, you crazy.
yeah, they
They
can't
are
do
looking at that film now,
that.
and they are
You're
telling
right.
their players to take this game. You know, start breaking it down. Start breaking it down. Start looking at them. Look at what they're doing. And so there's a lot of positives in the game. There's just some things that they need to clean up because I know Nebraska's going to come back with a crossing route. They're going to do that. And then, two, there's some weak points up in that middle that I think them guys, you know, them guys going to try to run the ball up the middle, man. They're going to try to
Yes.
exploit it.
And then with the quarterback too, finding a little mobile quarterback, especially if we
Uh-huh.
playing man. I mean, you know about defense when you playing man, your back is
Yeah.
turned. You know, saying the
Uh-huh.
quarterback find a lane, he can get easy yards. So there's still some things like you say that definitely need to be corrected. That
Bro.
other team is definitely going to pick up from this North Dakota State game for sure.
Oh yeah, man. And you know, people saying North Dakota State, oh man, that FBS school, oh man, they should have beat. Listen, man, I'm telling you, there's a reason why that team has all those championships. And there's a reason why that team, I think before they played Colorado, they were like 9-4 against FBS schools.
Yep.
North Dakota State is not a bad program. Anybody got telling you that, they're crazy. They are a
Yep.
good program. And I'm telling you, if they moved up and they went into like the American Conference, they probably win 11 games, man. They
I
do what
think they
Georgia
would
Southern
too.
did. Yeah, they beat a lot of teams, man. They beat,
Because
and the thing is with them, because of their traditions, they're gonna get a lot of those players if they move up in the Midwest. If they move up, they're gonna get those players that went to Iowa. They're gonna go to North Dakota State, man. They would
Yep.
get those players, man.
They remind me a lot of App State. You know, App State was down and then they came up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they say teams fear North Dakota State as far as playing them in that conference. So that's how they was able to play Colorado. I mean, I can see why
Oh
now.
yeah. Yeah, man, they remind me of in D2, the team that our rival, the team we used to play against was North Alabama. And that's back when they had the guy one of the best linebackers I've ever seen play the game was Ronald McKinnon. And when I tell you that guy was the real deal, he was the real deal. He was legit, man. He wasn't a D2 player, man. That guy belonged on a division, 1A level. He was just that good. But they had lost maybe like one game, and that was the Youngstown State who won the one AA championship. So
Man,
don't sleep on the fact that those guys are, FCS, and don't think FCS players are not that good. They are. The difference between FCS and FBS is just the trenches, man. That's really it. Skill position players it's all even, man. It's
yep.
the trenches, man. That's the difference.
Well, I definitely appreciate you, man. As I said before, I'm gonna probably take it on in, but definitely, like I say, come back and see us next week with the Nebraska game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And thank you for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak.
Oh yeah, anytime, anytime. So let's see. Yeah, definitely appreciate y'all, man. As I said before, we do. At the end of the day, we got the win. That's what matters the most. It wasn't the best win. It wasn't the most clean win, but it was a win. I definitely appreciate all y'all, man. 120 or so that stayed. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like button on y'all way out. Get y'all some rest, man. Stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go live again next week for the Nebraska game. Until next time, man. Peace.